This week on Now Here with Chris and Kell.
Go this way! This way!
That's some good bed hair. This morning we are taking off for Refugio and meeting our buddy boat, which left even earlier than us this morning. It'll be like 12 hours or something before we get there, so we're getting an early start. Chris is getting our navigation stuff set up.
Is it Bahia what?
I'm on deck right now, gonna get the anchor set up, and then we're gonna switch. I'm gonna pack up the inside and he's gonna pack up the outside. And then we should be good to go. Shouldn't take us very long to get out of here, and then we'll be underway shortly.
Woo!
Before we take off, we have to open the chain locker.
For this part, I stand at the bow and monitor our chain to make sure it reels in nicely on the windlass and doesn't bunch up at the top of our hawser. Chris is in charge of reeling it up and making sure it doesn't castle inside our chain locker.
Raising.
Well, that was a successful liftoff, and now I'm just keeping an eye out for any crab pots or fishing lines we may run into on the way out. There are a few fishermen and a few markers, so it's just good to keep an eye on that kind of stuff. Chris is down at the helm, and here's the start to our 12-hour passage. Conditions are pretty great. Bust out the old hand lines.
Yeah, never too early.
The trusty cedar plug.
Look at this guy. This guy's had some battle wounds. It's not quite as crazy bad as our old one, the giant fish hook.
That's how you know it's good. Who's driving this thing?
Our autopilot guy.
He needs a name.
Well, I'll come up with one, and it can't be Otto.
Okay.
Open for suggestions. Drop your idea in the comments below. While we wait for a nibble, Chris gets our mainsail up.
Is that your watch chair?
Yes, it is. Are you jealous?
Nope.
Should be.
My butt's getting sore though, but I have coffee. Copper is for Chris. I have this coffee mug, and then I have my captain's mug, and then I have my beer holder and my skinny beer holder. They're all copper, all Yeti. Hee hee.
I'm not sure if it's the sea state being better south this time of year or if we actually got our sea legs, but these passages have been really great and calm so far. Calm enough that I can actually get a full day's work in while underway, and not barf. And the best part about my office is...
Look, Kelly.
Yeah, dolphins.
Dolphins.
Finally. Sea life.
Kelly's been jonesing for a whale, but this will tide her over. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The rest of our passage was less exciting, but we're getting pretty close to our destination now.
There's our buddy boat Beluga way out there. They took it pretty cautious coming in, which is good. Better safe than sorry. There's a reef that sticks out from this point here about 500 meters. And we gave ourselves a little bit of a buffer, but they went above and beyond. So they're gonna follow us in. There's 3 coves that we can pick from, and we're gonna pick the West Bay to park it. But this is the view. This is Refugio. Drifter's doing great. Captain Chris also doing awesome.
I'm gonna go pull in some fishing lines.
That's a good idea, sir. We did strike out on the fish situation. It was a little disappointing. Was hoping to catch something and have that for dinner.
little celebratory meal.
It's okay. I'll get them one day.
Yeah.
Now approaching our anchorage, we've decided to anchor in the West Bay. It's the most well protected we've heard, and it also has the best fishing. So, we're almost there. Got the anchor ready to drop.
Okay, so I've got a spot picked out, but what I'm gonna do is kind of ride the edge, make sure that our swing radius is all decent. And yeah, so we'll go along the wall and then along the beach and then come back out and drop anchor.
Sounds good.
While Chris is at the helm, it's my job to stand at the bow and scout for unmarked rocks and reef below.
Go this way! This way! Fuck. I didn't see it! It's on the other side!
We're floating towards it. I'm gonna try to back up.
Okay.
Fortunately, the big rock let us go, and we were able to successfully maneuver out of this one. After that little endeavor, we dropped our anchor on some nice sandy bottom.
Bilge alarm is going off, but nothing's coming out. Well, that was exciting, dear. What can we take away from it? Don't go in so shallow.
Yeah.
My fault. Especially when you got a rocky shore. Sand's not such a big deal.
Yeah, keep eyes open on both sides all the time. I was more concerned with the coastline having rocks, but I did not expect the rock in the middle of where we were at. And when we turned the corner, I didn't look. So now we've anchored,
Yeah.
and we're just going through and making sure there's not a giant hole because our bilge pump went off. And not the pump itself, just the alarm for the pump. So Chris is down in the engine room right now. Now you've seen that angle before.
I know.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah. So we have a theory that when we ran aground into that giant rock, it just shifted everything forward and the little foot pump like fell.
Or something got
Basically,
lodged
or
in it.
it-
I don't
yeah.
know. But there's no water in the bilge. It's
Yeah.
like absolutely dry.
Phew, let me just say we got real lucky there. We anchored down in the West Bay. Pretty gorgeous here, calm, and we should be getting a nice sunset. Chris finishes up his passage report. He does this every time as soon as we arrive anywhere.
Smashed a rock when anchoring for some excitement. This is my log. I just take little notes of what happens.
That's good.
Able to back off with no noticed catastrophic damage, but I need a drink, and that is for sure. What do we got? Glassware is what separates us from the animals.
That is not true at all.
Yes, it is.
No.
I've never once seen a beaver drinking from a glass. That's his stuff. I'm gonna sit on deck and enjoy the evening.
Yeah.
This is one of those spots where it's gorgeous, but a little scary. The beach is right there. The rocks are right there. The reef's right there. That goes clear out to that point. You see where that rock is? And maybe beyond it.
Yeah. But you know what?
We like to live dangerously.
I don't.
Anyway, I think it's time to start fishing.
All right, we're here all of 5 seconds, and Chris got a trigger fish.
This. It's not a trigger fish.
Oh.
What is this guy? You got the net?
Yeah.
That's big enough. I decided we should come to the back deck so I get my fishing pole out, and literally dropped it down to the bottom and then caught this guy.
Snag
instantly.
this guy. Now we gotta figure out what he is.
Yeah.
Hold, please.
Keep going.
Okay, we think it's a spotted grouper.
You tell us.
Let us know by leaving a comment below. After consulting the Google, we decided it's a Pacific porgy. He's definitely on the smaller side, so we threw him back. But they get pretty big. Like
On the
epically
smaller side.
big.
That was tiny.
Yeah. He's a baby porgy. for sure.
Take two. We caught something we know and like. The spotted sand bass.
Yeah, these sand basses are pretty tasty.
We could throw them back. Catch
we?
something we haven't had.
Oh, I didn't realize there's an order up. There he goes. Hi, little sand bass.
Hi, free.
I'm after grouper or snapper. Still haven't caught one of those
Yeah,
yet.
I think a snapper would be sweet. Okay, let's see what happens next.
Oh, something was
Dang, dude.
playing with me.
There's some sea lions out there. Getting one right now.
Yeah, they're playing.
We can hear them over on the rocks. Yep, way over there.
Oh, something.
Oh, look who's back for more.
Yeah, probably the same idiot. Let's see if he has holes in his face. Oh man, you definitely bit it. Look at that. He's got all 3 hooks in his mouth.
Oh,
Well, we decided his fate. He was clearly meant to be our dinner.
Right, there it is. That's the yield of that guy. I wonder how many ounces. He was probably like, I don't know,
say
2
4.
pounds.
4 ounces.
You think that's only 4 ounces?
Yeah.
I was gonna say 6.
That's generous.
Well, I mean, that's like a 3-ounce portion of fish.
What are we gonna do with this yield?
I don't know. We'd probably fry it up. It's really delicious. I like the crispy skin, but I don't know if I've never had this fish, but I like whitefish that way.
What have you prepared this evening?
Tasty little fish. A little on the dry side. I might have overcooked it. But overall, pretty delicious. Well worth eating. Not much yield there, though.
Okay, a little light here, please. We called it a night, and the next morning, we both woke up and started getting ready for the day.
Real boat life here. You see these paddle boards? And then this is the toilet handle. You have to pump like this, and then you rub it against this. And it gives you a nice little, like, cut on your hand. Hey, Kelly!
Yeah.
Are you around?
I am.
Let me see your right hand. She has one too. Is that from pumping the toilet?
Yeah, matching toilet pump injuries. His and hers.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So now, what are we gonna do with our day?
First day in Refugio. And my God, does sunshine make a big difference? I just kind of want to like curl up and watch movies today. It's overcast, it's cool, my sleeves are long. We were catching fish like crazy last night, and that was a pretty cool introduction. But today, nothing. No fish. I think we're gonna go on a little hike and maybe tonight would be a good beach fire night, I think. So maybe we'll try to collect some driftwood into a giant pile and light it aflame. I think we got a plan coming together.
It's a good look.
My fisherman look.
Like a fisherman cowboy.
We left Drifter and headed out on a troll. Who knows, maybe we'll end up on the beach.
Sun's coming out.
Okay, I know it still looks gloomy. It was wishful thinking. We used our handheld radio to hail our friends for a hike along the beach. We arrived and started exploring. We climbed all over the big grippy boulders along the shore. There was a memorial plaque on one of them. From a distance, it had a strong resemblance to Thor's hammer. Unfortunately, the plaque was nearly impossible to read.
The Marseille the world has ever known. You are...
Missed. Good job, team.
There were also some caves along the waterfront, so of course we had to check those out. We started collecting wood for our beach fire tonight, among other things. The overcast weather was kind of a bummer, so we headed back to the boat for lunch and hoped maybe the sun would come out later and surprise us.
Well, we're headed back from our hike. Actually, I wouldn't call that a hike.
They call it beachcombing.
Beachcombing, for sure. Got some treasures. Chris is making fun of me, but I'm going to make a necklace out of it.
Yeah, she
Replace
reminds me of a
this
little
one.
kid. Look at this cool rock I found. We did some scouting, found a spot to have a beach fire this eve.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Barbecue up some din.
Heading back to the boat now, fingers crossed for some better weather later. Once we made it back aboard, Chris prepared us some delicious sandwiches for lunch on the great griddle of freedom. We got really lucky shortly after that because the sun came out, and the landscape of Refugio got a whole lot more attractive. So we got back in our dinghy, Paul, and took him over to a different part of the island. This part got quite windy, so I'll spare you the audio. We did find a cool little shrine on top here. We found this seems to be a common theme when hiking in Mexico. The views from the top of the hill were quite impressive. And, bonus, we can spot the dinghies from here. After about an hour of hiking, we headed back down to Paul and then back to the boat to start prepping for our dinner and fire at the beach. Chris was really probably too excited about this.
We're gonna go have a little beach dinner on an open flame. We got potatoes and then basically steak fajitas with a slaw and tortillas all ready to go. Made up some rum punch with a little bit of coconut rum I had left over. Beach blanket, Kelly's water bottle.
Yep. Gonna need that.
Our beach landing gear. All right, so
I'll work on drinks and you get the dinghy ready.
Okay, sounds like a plan, dude.
Okay.
Reconvene in 5.
Sounds good.
A few moments later.
Kelly's making fun of me for fishing, but I'm all ready to go. She's the one that's dilly-dallying. How's it coming, babe? All right, I'll just be out here.
Jacket.
I was gonna grab my jacket, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna turn off the inverter. Is that okay?
It is all right.
All right.
Bye-bye. What? There, oh.
Chris now gets settled in the dinghy and I hand him everything we need for tonight. And just like that, we're off to the beach. First order of business, drag Paul in over some painful rocks, and second,
Rum punch!
let's just take a beat and wait for that to kick in.
Nobody's even here yet.
I think I drank some snake venom.
Just then, our friends from Beluga arrived.
Chris has gone to help. He's not gonna make it.
Our driftwood stash was quite substantial now. Time to light this sucker up. Our friend Ty taught us this neat trick. Soaking old tea bags in gasoline as fire starters really helps get things going quickly. We sat around, swapping stories, discussing upcoming weather, fishing, and what broke in our boats this week. You know, sailor stuff. Seems like all of a sudden the light turned off, so we should probably get dinner going at this point. No shortage of food here. Beluga brought sausages to the party. A little messy. Glad we're outside for this. Chris was not impressed. In that moment, we decided we just need to bring salt wherever we go.
Thanks, Lynn.
Thank you.
What do you think? I do like Italian sausage. Real good, juicy Italian sausage. That's where it's at.
Note for next time, potatoes take forever to cook. We had plenty of food already. I'm honestly not sure what we were thinking, but they made for a decent breakfast the next day. After a long day on and off the island, time to pack it in for the evening and head back to Drifter.
Alright, loading up the dinghy, heading back.
Yes, a lovely evening, but we forgot the salt, so our food was mediocre. Kelly said it was still good, but I think she's just trying to be nice. The rum punch, though, quite tasty.
That does not disappoint, ever.
Stay tuned for this week's blooper reel, sponsored by our patrons, Kathy and Ron. Thanks, guys. So long, suckers!
Hate you! But, in my defense, we don't have a rule.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. Look what I found, guys! Someone just left a camera sitting here.
I love how you put your pinky out.
I'm a classy bitch.
Yep.